week, and well, I've run into a few technical issues, which I don't know how to fix, and they're absolutely essential to finishing off the story as I wanted to finish it off. This isn't it, by the way. This is footage I cut out of the second episode because it was getting way too long. But I figured instead I would show you a bit of a behind-the-scenes look as to how I make these episodes, and a bit of an insight into YouTube as well. Just for a start though, I'm running a competition at the moment to design a new logo for my YouTube channel. There's full instructions and a link to where you can submit in the description. And don't worry if you're not freaking Picasso, because I'm not looking for like a masterpiece. I'm just looking for a good idea. You can literally submit like a sketch you did and photographed on a napkin or something, and that'd be sufficient. But check it out if you're interested. There's some really good prizes. Now, I was actually a little bit unsure about making this video because a lot of enjoyment to things comes from sort of suspension of disbelief. Like, if you know exactly where Captain America's shield is CGI, and here's a spoiler for Avengers 12 when it comes out in June, it's 90% of the time apparently, even when it's on his back sometimes, it's CGI. Surely it'd be easier to like, just give him a shield. But then again, they give Thor a rubber hammer. Believe it or not, it's bendy. It actually is bendy as well. But yeah, the point is, what you're seeing in game is not necessarily what I'm seeing when I play the game. But if you know the differences or what sounds etc. have been added and things, then it kind of changes your perception of what you're watching. But then again, I thought this is kind of interesting. So I put a bit of a comparison before and after I'd edited some clips together for you. It's very ominous. I'm guessing that's why there's been so many tiger donations recently. Alright, let's check out down here. That's very ominous. I'm guessing that's why there's been so many tiger donations recently. Alright, let's check out down here. I'm not even kidding, that actually hurt my little heart. Where are we? This is where that last pilot ended up. Down here for a while. Didn't make it. Guess the story is he was trying to clear a passage to another area and it caved. I even added in camera shake when the raptors were knocking on the door. I said they weren't actually knocking on the door. I just looked up there because I thought it'd be cool if they were pretended to be. Problem is now though, you've seen the difference, so I'm gonna have to do it in everything. I'm not, probably not. It does take a long time actually, some of that, because some of those sound effects are layered 10, 12 deep, and it kind of becomes a sort of needle in a haystack kind of situation where the longer the video, exponentially longer it takes to actually edit it, because a 45-minute video is probably 4 times longer to edit than a 25-minute one, because you end up losing where clips and pieces are because the timeline's so long. How do I actually record the footage though, so it flows together? Well, it depends on the game. But in the case of Battlefield, it involves a lot of dying. A whole lot of dying you would not believe. Because what I do is I get a sort of starter clip, one like this, which probably took me about 30 minutes to get. And then, when I die, which usually happens pretty quickly, I run back to where the clips ended. And I may die 20 times on that journey, but I will eventually make it back to where I died. And then I'll continue the clip on from there. But it creates a much nicer viewer experience, I think, because especially when the game's new and people don't know the maps, you can sort of follow the progression through. It's the same recording with other people as well. It's actually very difficult recording with somebody who hasn't got sort of a bit of experience of recording, because when you play on your own, you're playing like to win, and it's about your personal enjoyment of the game. Whereas when you're recording, it's kind of about showing other people the enjoyment of the game. Fortunately, because I play with Sadder a lot, he's got a lot of experience of like knowing where I'm recording and what to do. So say we're running along in DayZ and I see something cool, I'll generally retrace my steps so I can record a nice like shot going through it, or redo it like 5 or 6 times usually to get a good one. But Sadder will obviously play along with that, whereas other players will probably be like, what the hell's he doing, and just get along and do their own thing. DayZ's a bit different, because there is no DayZ game as you think of DayZ from my videos. Well, in fact, there hasn't been since early 2013, because DayZ, beyond that point, in every public server, just became a deathmatch, which is probably more fun than what the game actually was. But it's no good for recording because it's not entertaining to watch. So to record DayZ now, me and a couple of friends have to build the game, literally every video, because it changes so often, the mods and stuff, put 30 or 40 mods together, and you would not believe the pain and suffering involved in doing that. The random crap that pops up to stop us finishing that stuff. This is the Sea Fortress from the second video. I had nightmares about this, not even kidding. We put it into the server and the water just starts lagging. So we spent a week trying to figure out what this problem was, because it was unrecordable, and we got the rest of the video, so we had to get this working. Turns out there's one rock placed slightly wrong, and that was causing all these problems, and we had to individually delete out objects, restart the server to be able to find out what it was. And then when we put it back in, thinking we fixed it, it lagged even more because we'd gone over this freaking arbitrary limit of objects, which God knows where that's come from. But it took us another week to find out what that problem was before we could finally finish off the video. So after this Jenga tower of mods has precariously started working, we get about 40 people into the server and record just as would in any other server for about a week, and that gets us 80 to 90% of the footage for the video, but it's kind of all over the place. Obviously the people playing know that we're recording, but it's kind of necessary because they play along with us recording, and they don't, in a public server, it would end up getting spoiled from experience. I can tell you, it does end up getting spoiled. People are very enthusiastic. I feel I'm being very diplomatic there, but their enthusiasm sometimes means good clips aren't usable. Anyway, after we've done all that, we still need that remaining 10% to properly fit the story together. So me, Sadder, and a couple of other friends go in a server, record the cinematics, any extra clips we need to fit pieces of existing video together, and any extra comms. Now speaking of Sadder, I don't know if you've heard the saying, with power comes great responsibility. Never give Sadder power. Never give him power. I've put together some clips now of us recording those extra moments. I've told you about putting seasoning on my legs. You're not allowed to eat them, Sadder.
Salt, pepper, with gravy, twist that,
Did not?
Yeah, but you've not seen him, have you?
Can I look like this all the time in Game Maker?
Yeah. He's a cockhead.
What's that? What? What's going on? What are you laughing at, guys? What? I'm ready to go, mate. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, you said you were a chicken, Sadder. Like,
What the hell?
oh my god. That is... What's the view like up there?
I'm not going to yoke about it, but I can't see shit, to be honest with you. I can't.
Sadder, get in the damn upside down boat. Look, there was a port.
Just get in the boat.
There's no fucking option.
There was a Senegalese cook that survived in one of these for 3 weeks.
I've turned. I've lost it. I'm fucking. Get on the floor. Drop your backpack, fucker. Where you gun?
Oh god.
I can refuel it, or I can just throw Dara.
Sadder, you monstrous noob. I can't.
Just look at it. Just look at the boat.
Yeah.
No, whoever. I'm gonna have to write a bit, a tiny bit.
No, you don't need to write anything.
I'm going to write script for that.
Oh, that one's upside down.
I do.
Sadder, get in the upside down boat for dumb.
I'm retiring. I'm fucking retiring. I've had enough. I'm gonna sit on the dock.
They
and look
all
out to sea.
spawn here. Why?
Looking out pensively. Is this my life now?
What happened to
Is
the
this
big
my
boat?
life?
Oh, somebody deleted it. Never mind.
Can I move in with you, Sada?
Yeah, fuck it.
You come
Oh.
now. You come now. It's all right, dude.
I mean,
You
the
won't be able
boat
to-
did just go on its own a little
You're not
bit.
gonna be able to climb up. You're not gonna be able to climb up. You need to get back in.
Dude, never underestimate me. Never, ever underestimate what Sada can
What
do.
the fuck is going on?
Never underestimate me.
How's the boat destroyed now?
Because I am the destroyer of boats. Do you know what I like? How the water, where the waves like come through this thing we're on. Can you see that?
Oh yeah. Well, this is like some magical island.
True.
That commentary was terrible. Let's go again.
We shouldn't have said that. Why did we say that?
Why did you say somebody blew up my boat? Oh God.
Oh.
Oh
that
come
like a
on,
series?
game.
What happened?
Where are you,
What
Like
happened?
literally, where are you, Sander? Are you
I'm
there?
here.
Dude, what the fudge?
What is going
We
on?
tried to arrange the weather and identify yourself.
I'm Little D.
You're
My
not.
name Little D.
You're not codename Little D.
I am.
You're Alpha Bravo Cheesecake.
What does the D stand for? Over?
Oh, am I?
What does the D stand for? Over.
Dinosaur? Little
Yeah.
dinosaur? What
Yeah.
do you thought it was?
Yeah. This is why it takes so long.
You can shut the fuck up. I didn't even get an error. You were holding us up. Who cares? We got what we need's working. That's all that matters.
Yeah, but you're not talking properly. You're stuck on radio.
All the time.
This is Alpha Bravo Cheesecake. We have incoming.
Why, when you get the radio sounds, do you turn into children?
We don't.
No,
We don't.
Over.
Oh, yeah, see? We're proper. We say over, alright?
Oh,
I am now in full control. I'm the only one with admin. Right. I'm going to the top of the mountain. See if you can hear me. Roger that. Can you hear me? Hello?
No, we can't hear him.
You can hear me. I can hear you.
I can't hear him. Can you hear him?
I can hear you.
Maybe he's too far away.
I'm not too...
Codename Beagle. What the fuck?
I'm not codename Beagle. I'm codename Chocolate Eagle.
Codename Beagle's about. Watch out, Beagle's about. Watch out, Beagle's about. You better watch out.
You should see him down there, Frankie. He's doing a proper dance and everything.
Can you hear my sighs from this mountaintop?
No, you are cutting out. We have static electricity here. There's been an EMP.
Somebody's on our military channel. Will you please kill that guy, Sada?
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay. Right. Right.
Died.
Okay, I'm going again. In 3, 2, 1, go. Alpha Bravo Cheesecake. Sniper's in position. I got eyes on. Over.
Fuck. You can do it again. It's so hard to know when you stop talking on the radio. You gotta wait for the over.
You gotta wait for the over.
Oh yeah, that's why they say over. Honestly, it's hard otherwise.
Oh, I don't even anymore. Okay. Alpha Bravo Cheesecake. Sniper's in position. I got eyes on. Over.
Roger that, chocolate beagle eagle. I'm
Oh
moving.
my god! Write it down! It's codename Chocolate Eagle.
Hey, alright, I've got it.
And you're moving into position.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. We'll go in 3, 2, 1, go. Alpha Bravo Cheesecake. Sniper's in position. I got eyes on. Over.
Roger that, chocolate eagle. Codename chocolate eagle.
Oh my... As you can see, it's very stressful. You think I'm kidding, it actually is sometimes. It really is, because I'm left, it takes so long, I'm left thinking, is there going to be anybody left to actually watch this when the video comes out? Because, you know, it's several weeks sometimes, and then I don't even know if it's going to be able to be finished, and what it means is as time goes on not posting, like, anxiety progressively builds up about this, because I'm thinking I've got to get something out and this might not work out, and I feel like I'm letting down all the previous 5 years work I've done on YouTube, because, you know, it may seem like a daft YouTube video, but it really does begin to matter after you've done something, you know, for such a long time. And then there's the terrible cycle. Oh, you don't even know how bad the cycle is. Because I don't manage to finish DayZ on time, so I have to post something out. A sponsor video might have come along, or a new game might have come out, and I need to post those other videos, because DayZ on its own isn't sustainable because of what's involved in making it. So I have to post that up, and when I do, people go, what is this shit? Where's DayZ? The fuck? Like, no, I don't mind that. It's actually kind of flattering. I appreciate the sentiment behind that. But you see, and actually, I know there's way more stressful jobs, way more. Most of the people in this watching this have got more stressful things on than that. But to give you a little bit of perspective, I work as a lawyer, and before Christmas, well, for those of you who've been following these, I qualified now, but I had to do a high court case just before Christmas, which, as the name suggests, is a pretty high court in the UK. There are wigs and more wigs. But I had to do a little speaking part to assist the lawyer leading it. And as you can imagine, that is a pretty frightening experience because of the situation you're in, and of course because the person you're doing it for could lose, in this situation, their livelihood from doing it. So it really does matter. And I swear sometimes making a DayZ video feels more stressful than that situation. It's funny that. But anyway, it rubs off on my pet sheep as well. I had to take her to the beach with my dad's dog this week to chill out. Should have probably named her something more manly than Ella Boo. Well, because she's a sheep, she's doing sheep things. Maybe sheep. But, you think that was strange? Things got even stranger when I got back from the beach. So I got back, and there was a parcel there, outside my door. A huge, pretty big box. I mean, it looked like it was wrapped by the IRA in paper and string, which is always reassuring. But, you know, I like presents, so I decided to open it. And I could open the top, and in there was this big frondy plant. So I'm thinking, some twat sent me weed. Well, what do I do with this now? The police are going to get me. I can't frickin'... I need to dispose of it. I can't burn it. It's gonna send the neighbours whoppy. I can't... Well, I could cut it up, I suppose, and bury it in the garden, but if any of it grows, I'm going to have a weed farm out there. So, I did what anybody would do, and I got on Google and searched, I think my friend's got a weed plant. I didn't say what friend, though, because, you know, snitches get stitches, right? But, yeah, and then looking this up, turns out, wasn't a weed plant, looks very much like one, was actually a present from the Arma 3 developers they'd sent out to several people to celebrate the launch of Tanoa. It was some kind of exotic tropical jungle fern. I mean, I would have rather had a tweet back from them to fix the problem I've got with the current video so I can actually post it, but, you know, I'm not one to turn down a potted plant. So I decided to put it in my garden, next to my daisies. I thought it looked nice out there. They may not be daisies, I'm not a horticulturist. I'm not sure if that's a word or if that's something I heard in Harry Potter, but, yeah, put it out there, put a bit of miracle grow on it, because I thought, you know, what do I feed this thing? And just left it for a couple of days. Now, it turns out, when I came back 2 days later, not a good idea to put miracle grow on tropical plants, because apparently it turns them into the plant equivalent of the hook. And this was not just some normal plant I'd planted, it was some tropical survival of the fittest killer fern, which over the last 2 days had systematically spread across my garden and was busy murdering all the other plants. So I rushed to B&Q, thinking, I've got to control this outbreak. Bought myself an industrial vat of weed killer, and now my garden looks like Chernobyl. I mean, I don't mean to sound unappreciative, but you can probably see it glowing from space right now. I can promise you, only 60% of that story was true. Oh, I nearly forgot, there was some toy soldiers in the pack as well. So that was fantastic. A couple of things before the video ends. Firstly, check the description. Make sure you submit your logo designs to it. It is totally worth doing, even if you're not a good artist. There will also be a banner competition after we've got a logo from the logo competition. Secondly, if you're an artist or animator and you're up for doing a little bit of work on Twitch things and occasionally on thumbnails, send me an email through to the email address in the description. I don't know if that's a good idea putting that there, because somebody signed me up for Walmart the other day, which was very kind of them. And thirdly, if you're good at World of Tanks and you can submit some 1080p 60 FPS footage, I'm looking for some tier 7 upwards footage for a future war story. There's another link in the description for that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully be able to finish this DayZ video soon, and I shall see you guys in the next chapter.